Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to walk you through our comprehensive guide on fraud investigation interviews and reporting. We'll explore key techniques, how to detect deception, effective interview strategies, and the legal standards you need to know for thorough and accurate fraud case documentation. This session is designed to equip you with practical tools to enhance your investigative process and ensure your reports stand up to scrutiny. Let's dive in. Fraud investigation interviews are carefully structured to gather truthful information, taking into account the interviewee's attitude, which can range from friendly to neutral or even hostile. To navigate these different attitudes, interviewers use specific strategies tailored to each situation, ensuring the conversation remains productive. Perpetrators often try to deceive investigators through denial, minimizing their involvement, or shifting blame onto others. Detecting these tactics requires specialized honesty testing methods, such as baseline questioning, polygraph tests, and cognitive interviews, all designed to spot inconsistencies and uncover the truth. Once the investigation is complete, a fraud report is compiled. This report thoroughly documents the investigation's scope, the evidence collected, key findings, and recommendations. Importantly, these reports must be clear, objective, and legally robust, so they hold up in both civil and criminal court cases. When initiating the interview, it's important to establish a good rapport and set a clear, neutral tone right from the beginning. This helps create a comfortable environment where the interviewee feels understood but also keeps the process professional. As we move into conducting the interview, we want to use carefully worded questions that are clear and unbiased. Active listening is crucial here, as it shows respect and allows us to pick up on important details. Throughout the interview, maintaining a professional demeanor ensures the conversation stays on track. When it's time to close the interview, summarizing the key points helps confirm understanding and clarifies any commitments made. It's a good way to wrap things up and leave no room for confusion. Adapting to the interviewee's attitude is another critical aspect. With friendly participants, you can encourage openness and invite them to elaborate more freely. For neutral interviewees, staying impartial and focusing purely on the facts helps maintain trust. In situations where the interviewee becomes hostile, it's important to stay calm and persistent, using controlled questioning to prevent the situation from escalating. Finally, accurate record keeping is essential throughout the process. Taking precise notes or recording the interview helps capture all the important details without distracting from the conversation. Maintaining a respectful and composed demeanor enables cooperation, no matter the interviewee's attitude. This balance is key to conducting effective and professional interviews. Fraud perpetrators often use a variety of deceptive tactics to conceal their wrongdoing. Some of the most common methods include outright denial of accusations, minimizing the seriousness of their actions, providing false alibis that mislead, and making contradictory statements either within a single account or between different accounts. They may also omit crucial information, evade direct answers, or shift blame onto others to divert attention. Understanding and recognizing these tactics is crucial for interviewers because it allows them to ask the right follow-up questions and focus on areas that need further investigation or corroboration. This awareness ultimately helps in uncovering the truth and strengthening the overall process of fraud detection. When it comes to honesty testing, there are several methods that help us assess truthfulness more effectively. First, baseline and control questions are used to establish a person's normal behavior, so that we have something to compare against when critical or relevant questions are asked. Then, polygraph tests come into play. These measure physiological responses like heart rate and sweat, which can indicate deception, though their use is often regulated. Cognitive interviews aim to encourage detailed recollections, which helps reduce the chance that someone will fabricate answers. Statement analysis is another technique where we carefully examine language patterns and look for inconsistencies that might suggest dishonesty. Indirect questioning is useful too, as it allows us to gather information without putting someone on the spot, making them less likely to become defensive or evasive. Finally, nonverbal observation focuses on body language and microexpressions, watching for signs of discomfort or deceit that words alone might not reveal. Each of these methods provides valuable insights when evaluating honesty. When preparing a fraud report, there are several essential components that must be included to ensure clarity and completeness. First, the executive summary provides a concise overview of the main findings and conclusions, giving readers a snapshot of the investigation's outcomes. Next, the investigation details section outlines the scope, objectives, and methodologies used, which helps to understand how the inquiry was conducted. Following that, evidence documentation is critical. This includes all supporting materials like documents, interviews, and forensic results that back up the investigation. The analysis of evidence then connects these pieces of evidence directly to the findings, offering a thorough examination of what it all means. Clear conclusions come next, grounded firmly in factual information gathered throughout the process. Finally, the report should offer recommendations, suggesting corrective actions, enhancements to controls, or potential legal steps to address the issues uncovered. Together, these elements create a comprehensive and effective fraud report. When preparing fraud reports, it's crucial to use clear and objective language that avoids any bias or speculation. This helps ensure the report is professional and credible. Complete and accurate documentation is also vital. We need to thoroughly record all procedures and evidence collection to support the findings. Proper formatting is another key aspect. The report must comply with both legal standards and organizational guidelines to be valid. Consistency throughout the report is essential, especially because these documents may be scrutinized in civil or criminal courts. Transparency is equally important, particularly about any limitations or uncertainties encountered during the investigation. Finally, adhering to all these requirements not only enhances the report's credibility but also strengthens its value as evidence in legal proceedings.